What a wild week the NFL provided for Week 2. There were 10 games that were decided by one score, 8 points or less, including four that featured the game-winning score in the final minute of regulation or in overtime. For teams have begun the season 2-0 after missing the playoffs the season prior, showcasing the parity of the league. Thanks to an unpredictable Week 2, there are plenty of overreactions to go around. Which overreactions after the Sunday afternoon games deserve an overreaction? Which overreactions are actually reality? Zac Taylor won't last the season as Bengals head coach. Reality. Another 0-2 start for the Bengals, which has become the norm under Taylor. The Bengals have lost 7 straight games in weeks 1 and 2, yet have somehow overcome the slow starts and finished with winning records in each of the last 2 seasons. Taylor and the Bengals have been playing with fire, and eventually they're going to get burned. If Cincinnati misses the playoffs this season, will Taylor survive? After going to the AFC Championship game in 2021 and 2022, missing the playoffs in consecutive years would be a massive setback for the franchise. Burrow had a relatively healthy camp and is healthy enough to have an impact on games. The mistakes the Bengals make are too costly to survive in a loaded AFC North and a tough AFC. Taylor may not be around much longer if the Bengals can't turn things around this year. Rams will finish last in NFC West. Reality. Didn't have this on the bingo card for the NFL season. After 2 weeks, the Rams are the worst team in the division, and completely banged up to boot. Puka Nacua is out multiple weeks, and Cooper Kupp was seen in a walking boot after the blowout loss to the Cardinals. In addition to Matthew Stafford's top 2 playmakers being out, the Rams have Steve Avila and Joe Noteboom injured on the offensive line, both on injured reserve. This comes a week after Kevin Dotson and Jonah Jackson were the only offensive linemen that finished the game. Tight end Tyler Higbee is still on the PUP list as well, rehabbing from a torn ACL. These early season injuries are too much for the Rams to overcome, and the Cardinals and Seahawks have significantly improved from last year. Someone has to finish last in this division. Ravens will miss the playoffs. Overreaction. The Ravens have suffered their first 0-2 start since 2015, uncharted territory under John Harbaugh. Under previous 0-2 starts in franchise history, the Ravens have failed to finish with a winning record or make playoffs. Is there reason to panic with this slow start, especially after a bad loss to the Raiders? Baltimore has the 4th best total yards differential, plus 222, by a 0-2 team in the Super Bowl era. A good sign the Ravens are moving the ball. They also blew another 7-plus point fourth-quarter lead, their 10th in the last 4 seasons. Baltimore has overcome these losses before to inferior opponents. The 2 losses are by a combined 10 points. The Ravens do have a gauntlet with the Cowboys, Bills, and Bengals coming up, but the schedule gets much easier after that. Harbaugh and Jackson deserve the benefit of the doubt. Geno Smith is the most clutch quarterback in NFL. Overreaction. Patrick Mahomes exists, but this isn't a knock on Smith. This is actually an endorsement of Smith and his ability to bring the Seahawks back in games.